Good evening, veterans. I am Air Veteran Corporal Mohan, Executive President, JCO's ORS Veterans Association. Let me tell you something about one rank, one pension, past history, present, and the future. One rank, one pension was really there till 1973. Till 1973, even though there were groups in the defense services, the groups were mentioned there only to extract the particular jobs from particular trained people. After retirement, there was no discrepancy in the pension. We were never under any pay commission till 1973. There was a defense pension committee which started in 1949 only for the ranks other than officers. Officers, they were governed only by the same British regulations. And in 1949, the Defense Pension Committee fixed our pension, and those days one has to be in the substantive rank for 36 months to get that particular rank pension. And the pension was not as per the percentage wise. The pension was so fixed. Anyone who is retiring in a particular substantive rank, his minimum pay in that rank was given as pension. It was in slab system 15, 20, 25. Why there was a slab system? Because after 15 years, again there was an extension for 5 years and another 5 years. If anybody was coming out before completing the next 5 years, they were given only 15 years, or after 20 years, if they have come out, they were given 20 years. And there was no problem. It was given to other rank people so that those who have served for the nation, the government that time wanted the ex-servicemen and their families should be able to maintain their life in a decent way. That was the reason why the Defense Pension Committee has recommended that, and it was going on. And not only that, the Defense Pension Committee, it was an autonomous body, so there was no restriction for them, governed by 3 to 5 members, and they were looking after the welfare of the ex-servicemen. For all other aspects for serving soldiers, they were coming under pay commission till their retirement age. Then what has happened after 73? Why there was a problem? It is to be analyzed by the people, because I have seen people only talking one rank, one pension, one rank, one pension. It's not the question of only one rank, one pension. The officers were given the same respect as civil officers because they were governed by CCS. We were not governed by CCS. And for their messing and accommodation, officers they were paying from their pocket, from their salary, from their payment. Till such time they were maintaining their status. They were treated as royal people. But unfortunately, they also started taking free rations and free married accommodation like men. All of a sudden, what was the requirement for the government to put us in deep trouble? After 1971 war, Government of India, they were having financial crunch to pay the pension for the civil servants and the officers. Officers and civil servants, they have to serve 33 years to earn one-third of their LPD. But for men, it was only 15 years. So, our top brass and Defense Secretary and that time Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, they all devised a plan to bring us into the common pool. Why they wanted to bring us into common pool? Because the Defense Pension Committee, those days itself they were having more than 1.5 lakh crores in their reserve. This 1.5 lakh crores, how it got accumulated in our reserve? Because since the day after completion of training, there was some amount which was contributed every month for each and every serving soldiers for the sake of pension. Unfortunately, there were so many thousands and thousands of veterans. They were sent out of service after serving 6 years, 7 years color service without any financial benefit. And those money and those veterans' money got accumulated in the pension fund, which has gone more than 1.5 lakh crores. So after having this idea of merging us along with the civilian pensioners, they were to dismantle the pension committee so that this money can be utilized by the central pool. In turn, what the top brass and our officers got the benefit. After third pay commission, free ration was allowed for them. And for this free ration also, after curtailing our entitlement, it was shared with the officers. And free married accommodation for them. Then from 1/3 of their LPD, they have come to that 50% of the last pay drawn. Whereas those who are getting almost 70 to 72% pension, our other ranks, by virtue of 33 years class, our pension came down to 34 to 36%. And that those days, since we did not have any communication facility, we were not knowing anything. Until date, those who are sitting in Jantar Mantar till date, they never talk about these things. They tell that they are fighting for the sake of one rank, one pension, but they are not. They are sitting there for their own benefit. What are the benefits they are going to achieve? It has been proved in the Orop 1, which we will discuss in our next episode. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.